I'm going to explain my project, the water movements. For this project, I linked my fascination with the water problems within the Campus Plateau. I will start by explaining the water problem, then I will go deeper into my fascination and then end with the strategy I designed. Within the Campus Plateau, rainwater collects in the valleys where it can potentially cause flooding. This will continue to happen due to climate change. One of the causes of flooding is the many paved surfaces. Flanders is one of the most paved regions in Europe. Because of all this concrete, we are dealing with flooding, drought, low soil quality, and so on. In the Campus Plateau, the rainwater flows to the pavements towards the valleys instead of infiltrating locally. My fascination is Hero, the most popular youth movement in Flanders. When we think of youth movements, we quickly think of budget-friendly, but with many helping hands and a large network. In Flanders, for example, there are almost 1 million children and young people who are part of a youth movement. In Limburg alone, there is a very compact network of youth movements. When I combined this fascination for youth movements with the water problem, I quickly got a social and participatory project, in which the research question is, how can youth movements themselves change the water problem? Each youth movement works around a specific theme each year. The answer to the research question can be found by introducing the new year's theme, namely the water movement game, or removing concrete and making the neighborhood around the youth movement rainproof. We need more spaces where rainwater can infiltrate in the ground, which we can create by removing concrete. As I said before, youth movements have a lot of working hands. In this way, a concrete removal strategy is created in which all these working hands can remove concrete and replace it in greenery. I have turned this strategy into a real youth movement game. All the movements battles against each other and can earn points by making their own neighborhood rainproof. In this way, a competition is created, they will start to influence each other, and they will also be extra motivated to concrete removal at more places. Of course, when softening concrete, materials are released. In the game, the movements can earn extra points if they reuse these materials for the neighborhood. In this way, they also think further about the reuse of released materials. For example, with removed tiles from a driveway, a new meeting place can be created. As an example, in this project, I used the hero of the village As, which is located in pixel F6. As is a small village in which the source area of the Bosbeek is located. In the current situation, rainwater collects in the bottom of the valley and ends up in the Bosbeek, and the water flows away to the Maas. With the new strategy, less water will flow towards the Bosbeek, but the water will infiltrate higher up into the ground. In this example, Hero as Neil has started removing streets, squares and private driveways. Meeting places and vegetable gardens have been developed with the released materials. We start with the streets. In this example, a shortcut is used that will soon change to a one-way street. As a result, half of the streets opens for removal. The hero will form a wadi and green part for the unused street section here. The second part is to work with the private driveways. Many front yards and driveways in the neighborhood are paved. The hero confines these people to remove their concrete driveways. They can do this themselves or the movement can help them. The third part was to look at the public areas. In this example, a part of a square which is mainly used as a parking is used. The tiles were removed and replaced in grass by the movement. Planters or even benches can be made with the released tiles. In this way, the materials are reused for the entire neighborhood. Mobility can also be recreated. In this example, the district gets one collective parking space at the beginning of the district. In this way, all driveways and even streets can be removed. By applying this strategy, a lot of materials will be released. These materials will remain in the system and will be used to create meeting places, play areas, picnic gardens, or collective vegetable gardens. In that way, it is a win-win situation for the people in the neighborhood. The youth movements can therefore collect points with all these tools. They can search for their youth movement on a website, indicate locations where they have removed concrete and turned it into green, but also indicate where they have brought materials back into the system. They can also have to upload a photo to prove this. That way the points will be added up. To be fair, the points will be converted to square meters per inhabitant. In this example, this hero has used 11,100 square meters. Us has 8,200 inhabitants, so 1.34 square meters per inhabitant has been earned in points. In summary, here you can see the current situation. The rainwater can hardly or not even infiltrate into the ground. The water flows away through the pipes or flows down into the valley, increasing the risk of flooding there. The soil has dried out because the groundwater level is so low. In the new situation, the rainwater will have the opportunity to infiltrate the ground at more different places. In this way, the groundwater level will rise, allowing more greenery such as trees to grow. Because every youth movement can apply the strategy, it will quickly have a positive influence on Flanders.